Hello Cancer, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. How you doing, my watery friends? I hope you're well. Thanks so much for clicking here. I am here a little bit late in the week with all of the readings, so happy weekend to you. You'll be seeing a bunch of readings out this weekend. And I am here to do a reading for the week ahead. Cancer, if you're the ride or die, you know how I do it. I'm always reading for the week ahead whenever you get this. Today, tomorrow, next year. We're not all at the same not all at the same place in our lives, so this message won't apply to everybody, but it may apply to you. And if it does, please remember it is a general reading. All right, so let's find out what's going on. Cancer, if you're here and you're back here because you're my ride or die, I appreciate you so much. If you're the person who is brand new and you're just rolling up on all the shenanigans, welcome. And yeah, thanks for hanging out here. At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how to get the extended. I'm also going to tell you about private reads if you want to stick around for that. Let's find out what's going on for you. We're doing 9-card draw this week, Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Okay, universe says, shut up, Elsie. Throw the cards. Let's do it. So Temperance is here. Something is balancing itself out in the week ahead for you. The moment of alchemy is here. Something is about to go right, and it feels like you know it already. I want to say that there is, you've been feeling this energy of Temperance and the Hermit. So while you've been spending time by yourself, it feels that you have a certain feeling of balance, or something is shifting, or something has healed, and you're ready for whatever will show up. Look at this. I kind of love that, because your arms are wide open to the future. You're ready for whatever is going to be thrown at you. And I want to say that the reason that this thing is showing up for you in the future here, Cancer, is because you are ready. Because you are ready, and you've come to a place in your life here through meditation or prayer or, hermit energy is when we go in for self-preservation reasons, to fix the self, to self-audit, to figure out what are we doing mechanically wrong in order for our car's not running right. So we go in to be the mechanic, spiritual mechanic, and figure out what's wrong. And I think that you do, because the 9 of Cups is the nines are always about doing it by myself. Got my arms open to the universe because I'm ready to receive, and I know that I deserve it. So you deserve it because now you're looking to the future in a positive way. You have a positive outlook, and you know that whatever's coming next, that you're going to be ready for it. But I think that you feel this Temperance is here, that things are maybe feeling a little more in their place. Just saw like somebody just put a puzzle piece into a puzzle, like the last piece. It almost feels as though things are now coming together, and you know it because you can feel it. Tell me more about Cancer. We've got, that's your energy, the Queen of Cups. So your intuition is on high. We've got the 8 of Swords at the center of everything here. So it does feel like the 8 of Swords is telling me that you were in a place where you were sort of caught in the mind, or you couldn't make a decision, or why isn't this materializing? It feels like with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse here, that maybe you got to a place, a negative sort of place in your mind where you're like, I'm not putting more energy into that. I'm not going to do that to myself again. I'm not putting in any more energy or time or money. I'm not going to invest in there until I start to see a return from the universe. I feel like that put you in this place of 8 of Swords, where you get stuck in your head waiting for the universe to pay out. It's almost like you're in a standoff with the universe. You are a little bit stubborn. I'm just going to say, Cancer. Never met a Cancer who wasn't a little bit stubborn, who didn't get what they wanted. It feels like you're in a little bit of a standoff here. We've got the 8 of Cups. We've got the Sun. I like it. And then we get the Empress. Good. Okay, so I feel like you're in a little bit of a standoff with the universe saying, you know what then? You're not going to give it to me? Then I'm just going to sit right here. I'm going to hold my breath until you bring me what I want. Well, I think it worked. I'm just going to say, I think it worked. I feel like what you did, though, is in the process of feeling a little stubborn, like I'm not going to put any more effort, time, or energy into anything that I'm not getting any return on. I think in doing that, it feels like in this energy here that you step right into your Queen of Cups energy, and you start loving the self. thriving by yourself, listening to your intuition. Like the fact that you did not turn outward to get your answer. A lot of people, like, listen, Cancer, a lot of people, when they're feeling bad within themselves, they go get another relationship. They go find another crash and burn, then they wonder why things are crashing and burning all the time. And I feel like you didn't do that. You're like, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to sit here and hold my breath until you give me what I want. So I feel like the Eight of Swords is a little bit of that. Holding your breath and literally sitting there with yourself. The Queen of Cups energy. So sitting there in your intuition. And I feel like your intuition grows and it grows and it grows. And even though you're behind these 8 swords sort of stuck up in your head, listing off all the reasons why you can't have the things that you want, I feel like your intuition sharpens itself. It's like you sharpen yourself on all of these swords here. So the Eight of Pentacles, while you're waiting and saying, look, if it doesn't show up, I'm not putting any more energy into anything new. The universe, like, contrived this. Good. Then you're just going to sit down and listen to your intuition. And you're going to wait for me. And you're going to listen for me. And you're going to be able to feel the moment of alchemy coming. So you go ahead and sit there and meditate. Be within your energy and do whatever it is you got to do. Be stuck in your head. That's fine. Because your wish fulfillment is coming. And when it does show up, it's going to show up to you as not only someone who has found their own happiness and built it by themselves, but as someone who is now honed their ability to listen to the universe, to connect intuitively and know when the shift is coming. So it feels like the Eight of Cups being here tells me that you decide, I am just going to disconnect from the rest of the world. I am just going to detach and wait. Wait for illumination. Wait for the truth to show up. Wait for the happiness to show up. And I think it really does. But in the midst of doing that, in the midst of ignoring everybody and deciding, look, I'm not doing any more dates. I'm not going out there. I'm not. In that, you become the Empress. Because I feel like what you end up doing is you end up focusing on you. Because what else do you have to do in the silence? The only thing you have to do is meditate, think. Like, people think that meditation has to be done on a pillow in the middle of your room in the silence, and it doesn't. It's done while you're doing your dishes. It's done while you're vacuuming. It's, you know what I mean? It's like all the things that we do, and when we have that little reel going on in our head, I think that's what happened here, Cancer, that you quite by accident leveled yourself up to the Queen of Cups. And although the thing is I feel like with the Eight of Swords, it kept telling you, like, your mind kept telling your heart that this is not attainable. And it was attainable. All you had to do was just sit down and just stop pleasing people. Stop pleasing people and stop allowing other people to get you to do things for them. It was time to focus on yourself. I'm going to put down 2 cards. We'll talk about this a little bit later. I've got the 5 of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, you literally pulled away from your friend group or your community. You literally went underground, is what it feels like, to build a foundation. And you didn't realize that that's what you were doing. You didn't realize that when you disconnected and you did it maybe in anger, like, fuck them. And they're not going to give me what I want, then I'm not going to go over there. But I don't think that's what happened here. I think that what happened is what was supposed to happen. I feel like you leveled up in your psychic, empathic, and compassionate energy. Tell me why Temperance is here. What is coming into balance for Cancer in the week ahead? Something here is about to pop off, my friend, because Temperance doesn't show up unless something is about to find its rightful spot. I'm looking at somebody putting a key in the door, but understand I'm in the keyhole and I'm watching all the little pieces, the barrel, how it all snaps into the little wedges that are on your key, right? Those little nicks. Yeah, I'm like the whole tumbler is coming into focus. That's what it feels like with this Temperance here. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. Yep. We've got the 4 of Swords. And we've got the High Priestess. So with Temperance here, it feels like what you've done is you've in effect just quietened everything. You're now in the silence. And it's only when you're in the silence that you can actually hear the universe at work. And this is something that I learned when I quit my corporate job and I just walked off the job and I said, I'm done with all this. Then I spent the next 3 years grinding in this business and I became so clear it was incredible. But understand that I was not going out. I was not seeing people. I decided my friendships, I was not interested in my friendships. I wasn't interested in relationships. I was just taking time to heal. And I think that's what's happened to you here. So I think that if you are the one who's been spending a lot of time by yourself, hermit energy, that you were actually put in time out for that reason. I feel that the universe put you in time out, that it was time for silence so you could get closer to the self. And the Four of Swords tells me there is some healing to do. Healing of the intuition, healing of the emotional self is what took place. But I feel like in planting that seed, the Ace of Pentacles is here, in planting that seed, now is the moment of alchemy. I feel like you've probably at this point been in healing mode, or maybe pulled away from people, or said, I'm done with life in general for now. It may be a year, possibly, because you're like the Taurus of the water signs. You don't mind staying home. You don't mind staying home. So I think that that's what's gone on, that you did spend a lot of time staying at home, but all it did was it made you happier. It made you more in tune with who you are, and it made you more in tune with your water energy. Tell me about the Nine of Cups here. There's wish fulfillment showing up here, my friends. Something is about to show up, and it's effortless. It's effortless because the Page of Pentacles is in the reverse, and you've already told the universe, look, I'm not putting in any more time. No more time, not even a bit. No more time, no more energy. I'm not giving you anything. If you can't give me what I've already worked for, then I'm not giving any energy to anything. And I think that the universe agrees with you. I think all the universe wanted you to do was to stop giving your power away, giving your energy away, giving your empathy away, giving your psychic energy away. The universe wanted you to sequester yourself. And I think that that's exactly what happened here. Tell me what the wish fulfillment is. I've got the Two of Cups. Now, some of you might say, I'm not interested. But you know what? The Two of Cups isn't necessarily love. It can be platonic love. It can be romantic love. It truly is just two people who are giving, you give to me, I give to you in the same respect, right? It is a bond. But it is also, this can be love, but it doesn't have to be love. This can be someone that you really love, but not necessarily in a romantic way. We do have the Four of Wands. Well, you got a lot of stuff done around the house. I'm going to say, maybe you were supposed to plant the garden last year and you didn't, and now you planted the garden. It feels like that you love being home. You're loving on your home. You're doting on your home. You're turning into the Empress. Whether you're the feminine or the masculine, you might have finally built the fence. Or maybe you got somebody in to sod the grass. Or it feels like you are making yourself happy, and the wish fulfillment stuff that is here, it does have to do with other people to a certain extent, but understand that I think that the celebration is that you are stable, you are happy, you are cheerful. It feels like you are in this emotional celebration mode, and now I feel like you're ready to go out and create bonds with people, because I feel like at this point over here, I don't think that you were. But I think that the moment of alchemy is here. And now that you've healed, now that you are in this Queen of Cups energy, being understanding, compassionate, and loving and kind, I feel like it's time for you to go back out into the world. And I think that the universe sequestered you. I think the universe put you in timeout. Just going to be honest. Tell me about the Eight of Swords here. Because it feels like this Eight of Swords and this Page of Pentacles, that all tells me that, I've decided I'm just going to stop here. I'm just not going to do anything from here. If I can't have what I want, what's the point? We've got the Five of Wands, we've got the Seven of Pentacles, and we've got the Queen of Wands. So it feels as though you were growing. That's exactly what was going on. That you were sitting still and you were growing. The Seven of Pentacles is here. You threw your seeds of intention in a different direction. And instead of pouring into everyone else, you decided to pull your energy back. And when you pulled your energy back, you realized that you could grow sunflowers, that you could grow anything that you wanted. It feels like you made a super big change. It feels like a big, bold move. Like the big, bold move of the Queen of Wands is that I'm just going to do whatever I need to do to make me happy. She's independent, individual. I don't really need you. I don't need you to reach the throne. But it's also somebody who's been through a lot of hardship. So I feel like in the past you've been hurt so much that I feel like that was the reason for you to get into the Eight of Swords and the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, because you were tired of offering something that people were giving up in a moment. People who didn't appreciate what you were giving them. And so I feel like that's why you pulled back, but it was all for your growth. I feel like it was all for your growth. It was so you would become the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups in your effort to find all of the wisdoms of all of the queens in order to become the Empress. To not need relationships, to not need friendships, to not need the stuff that was outside of you. And when you no longer need it, all of a sudden you're flipped into this place that you can have it if you want it, but you no longer need it. And so I think that you were learning how to be independent, individual, and while you were doing that, the only person that you could be compassionate with is you. And so I feel like this has been a real learning curve for you, but I feel like ultimately what's happened here is there is some sort of a breakthrough energy that shows you how crazy abundant you are now. And that's kind of really beautiful, because you disconnected from everything and everyone, and then the sun came out and it showed you exactly what parts of you needed your attention. Tell me about the sun. What was the breakthrough? Tell me about the sun, please. For Cancer. We've got the Page of Swords. We've got the World card. And we've got the Nine of Pentacles. This is really beautiful because look, you grew in independence. You grew in confidence. You started taking better care of your health, better care of your wealth, because you weren't going out. You weren't spending so much money. I was saying to my friends the other day, do you know how expensive it is to be single? Because when you're going out, you're just going out and you gotta pay for everything yourself, right? But I feel like this is what you were doing. You were taking yourself out for really beautiful dinners, or like you were doing things alone, maybe taking yourself to the movies, or like you were spending all the money on you, buying new clothes, taking care of you, beautifying the home. That's what the Empress would do. And so practicing self-care, those sorts of things. So this is the end of an era for you. The end of a chapter is what you were experiencing without realizing you had ended a chapter of your life where you were doing for everyone. Now what you did is you closed the chapter of pouring into everyone, Cancer, and you entered this chapter of observation. Now I'm going to observe you from a distance. And if I don't like what I see, I'm not even going to engage because I don't need it. I've got everything that I need. I'm confident. I'm good. My money is great. My business is building. Like it feels like the sun has really blessed you or is shining on you and helping you grow. And I feel like you're happy or the sun wouldn't be here. All right, so you know what we're going to do is we're going to go to the extended. And if you'd like to come to the extended, please look at the very top of all of the comments. I leave a pinned comment on every video that I do below the video and the first comment. And there you will find the information about how to find the extended. You can purchase this one off, this one Cancer if you'd like to, or you can go into the membership area where for one price you can get 4 of them in a month, up to you. If you're interested in the extended, please go to the pinned comment to find how you can purchase one or come into the membership area. I'm also doing private reads, which are on sale right now. So the live readings are on sale. If you'd like to engage in a phone call or in a video call with me, you can put as many questions into that time frame as you have to give me. I will answer as many things as I can in that time frame that you choose. You will simply get a discount just by booking ahead. Go look at my schedule, take the link to Hypsee. You can see all of my pricing. I'm also doing pre-recorded readings if that's your bag. Bottom of the deck. Look, I think that you are starting to lose hope. I really think that this is a turning point for you in your life. It feels like you no longer are settling for anything. You're now detaching from anything that doesn't even remotely look like what you want for yourself. So we've got the star energy in the reverse, and we've got the Knight of Swords. I feel like you got really honest and serious with yourself. Feels like you sort of decided, I'm going to think about, talk about, and face my demons is what it looks like. And I'm going to stop giving people who are codependent with my energy. I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop. I'm going to build blocks. I'm going to block people. And I feel like that was probably the best thing that you could do for yourself. We're going to talk about this. We're going to clarify a whole bunch more. We still got things to talk about here in the extended. I'll see you there if that's where you're going to be. But if you're not, that's cool because I'll be back because I'm always back with more readings. Love you, Cancer. See you soon. Bye-bye.